Well, cheers, I do, buckaroos. I've got my a Bluetooth on through my phone here, so when I hit the start button, the music stopped. It was playing Humble Pie, I Don't Need No Doctor, part of my drinking mix. Just certain songs that mean something to me when I feel like drinking. For no particular reason. Some of them have alcohol in them, like, Chris Kane drinking straight tequila, for instance, but some of them like this one. Humble Pie, I Don't Need No Doctor. It seems like it's a good drinking tune. I don't care who you are. Anyway, so I've got a, I got a sour Irishman. It's a whiskey sour. And this particular one, I decided to finish. I had just a little bit I had about 2.5 ounces actually of my Paddy whiskey left. I decided to kill it here in this whiskey sour. So we got a sour Irishman going on. It is the Saturday before Easter as I do this particular video. And I've got a Shiner Lemon Pils pairing with the, well, it seemed like a nice pairing to go with a whiskey sour. My particular whiskey sour, I made this mix myself. It's basically very easy. It's just a simple syrup, equal parts water and sugar to a half a lemon. It is my own particular blend. It is very simple. Some may want it more complicated than that. I find this makes a perfect whiskey sour, but do it any way you want to. It makes me know, never mind. You're drinking the damn thing. What do I care? Anyway, yeah, it always, maybe scratch my head why some people, well, how can you drink it like that? Because that's why I like it, you asswipe. Yeah, if you're not drinking something, why do you care how somebody else enjoys their whiskey anyway? Thought of the day. Mind your own fucking business. Anyway, I am Tom the Whiskey Whisperer. I'm also Tom the Beer Whisperer. Anyway, Shiner Lemon Pils. If I can get my eyes to focus here, boy, the lettering is small here. Anyway, I'm gonna paraphrase because man, that's some tiny ass lettering, man. 4.8%, 28 IBUs. It uses lemon drop hops. It also uses Meyer lemon zest. Using my little Hamm's glass here, we will pour some. Let her sit a minute. I poured it rather aggressive because I want some head. I wanted some head, man. Anyway, I digress. If I'm bringing a nice whiskey somewhere and I'm offering you some, I expect you to drink it in in a respectful manner. However, if you've paid for the whiskey, I don't care how you drink it. I'm not going to get offended if you want to take a fine whiskey and put it in soda pop. I'm not going to drink it that way because that's ignorant as hell. But I don't care how you drink it because, it's your whiskey. If you paid for it, do it any way you want to. So it always makes me wonder when somebody posts a picture, how could you do that to that whiskey? Well, because I paid for it, you jackass. Anyways, I digress. But if you've paid for something, do it any way you want to. But if I've brought a nice whiskey to you to try, I expect you to be respectful. Drink it neater on the rocks, however I'm preparing it for you. Because that's just respectful. If somebody brings me a fine whiskey, I'm going to drink it how they think it ought to be drank. Because they've paid for the whiskey. But if you've paid for your own whiskey, you can be as ignorant as you like. It makes me, never mind. Tom, you see what I is today? Yeah, maybe a little bit. Yes. I'm just dealing with my stuff the only way I know how. Anyway, about being a little sarcastic and a little irreverent because, I grew up Irish Catholic. That's the way we deal with everything. A little sarcastic, a little irreverent. That's the way we deal with stuff. Anyway, by golly. If you grew up Irish Catholic, or if you know anybody who did, well, you understand. Shiner Lemon Pils. Yeah, this is the second one I've had of this, so I know what I'm drinking. But yes, you get those nice bready Pilsner malts on this. But, I've never been a huge fan of Shiner products. A lot of it feels overpriced to me, but I gotta tell you, this one at about 8.5 a 6-pack is very nice. Is it outstanding? I'm not gonna go that far, but it is very likable. It's drinkable for sure, and it does what it says it does. Bready malts, Meyer lemon zest. You do get all of those things. Lemon drop hops. Lemon drop hops are very interesting. There is nothing wrong with this beer. Is it going to be a personal favorite of yours? Hell, I don't know. And quite frankly, I don't care. But what I will say is that at $8.50 6-pack, it certainly ain't bad. It's a nice summer beer. It could be a lawnmower beer for you. Sure, why not? In this particular case, I'm pairing it with a whiskey sour. So there you go. I think folks need to shut the fuck up and start minding their own damn business and let people enjoy things the way they like to enjoy things. That's just my particular thoughts on the matter. There you go. I got. I don't need no doctor running through my head. Steve Marriott, man, that man was a genius. The Small Faces, Humble Pie. You know, it's funny is people that replaced him seem to get all the credit, right? Rod Stewart stepped in. The Small Faces became the Faces, and Rod Stewart became Rod Stewart. Peter Frampton, the guitar player in Humble Pie, went on to become Peter Frampton. You know, I don't know. In my opinion, Steve Marriott's an unsung genius, man. The man was brilliant. He had that great rock and roll voice. I've got a handful of Humble Pie albums. I've also got some of his solo stuff on vinyl. I don't know. Just because something isn't commercial doesn't mean it isn't good. And I think that's the rut that music has become now. I mean, we're listening to K-pop. This shit is ridiculous. I mean, the music is kindergarten level. The lyrics are even worse than that. but that's the state that music is in today. Yeah, blues artists are having to go overseas to make some money because people in America don't appreciate American art. Anyway, Tom, you see what I want it? Anyways, I digress. Hey, that's just my particular thoughts on the matter. I am Tom the Whiskey Whisperer. Yeah, if you're listening to K-pop, I've got no use for you. I mean, you might as well walk around a building, see if you come back with a Band-Aid on your head or not. Because quite frankly, I don't think the world has a use for you. I am Tom the Beer Whisperer. I'm Tom the Whiskey Whisperer. Whiskey Evangelist. Particular. I am Tom the Whiskey Whisperer. Slow down, Tom. Take two. Whiskey Whisperer. Sometimes I just amuse the hell out of myself. Whiskey Evangelist. A prolific whiskey drinker. Per wisdom. That was last my sour mix. I'm also Tom the Beer Whisperer, beer evangelist, prolific beer drinker, per wisdom, and I think the problem is this generation doesn't have its Bob Dylan. It doesn't even have its Marvin Gaye. It needs somebody that has something, and apparently it's not there. They need to start writing some material that means something. Our society right now is where our society was in the late 60s when people started writing songs that made a difference, and this generation needs that right now desperately. I am Tom the Beer Whisperer, beer evangelist, prolific beer drinker, per rare wisdom, and if you're listening to Justin Bieber and K-pop, this society has no use for you. All around good guy, cheers.